Welcome to the Mom's Choice Awards Filming Studio at Book Expo 2012. I'm here this afternoon with Julia Cook, author of several Mom's Choice Awards winning books. The Worst Day of My Life Ever. I just don't like the sound of no. And Sorry I Forgot to Ask. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All of your books clearly have a theme. In the title, it's very obvious. Why do you think it's important to have those kinds of books for kids?
Well, we as parents and teachers, educators, the world, we have this much stuff to teach our kids. We have about this much time to do it in. So if we can write a really cool book that you can read to a child, you can enter their view of the world and attach what you're trying to teach them to something that they already know. And then they become the lifelong problem solver.
How hard is it to really get to attach, to find that right voice?
You have to think like they are. You have to think like you're 8. You can't write a book and use words like attempted, because a kid doesn't say that. I picked up one the other day, it said, and then the boy exclaimed. Kids don't exclaim, they kick,
No.
They scream, they yell, but they don't say, I'm exclaiming. You have to use kid words if you want to write a children's book.
Clearly you've got a knack for that. And we were talking a little bit before about being a teacher. How much of that piece of being a teacher plays into how you create your books?
Well, you have to, every child that you deal with has what's in it for me blank on their forehead. So they have to truly understand what is in it for them. Why do you want to read this book? If you're a kid, I can play video games, I can do activities outside, I can play games, I can read other books. Why your book? Don't waste my time. Give me something that I can use and apply to my life to make me better.
I have to believe, and this is a total guess on my part, that when you walk into a reading with kids and you say, okay, I know you don't have a lot of time, I know you'd rather be playing video games, you must just erupt, and the class must just erupt in cheers and then quiet down instantly because you grabbed their attention just by saying that.
You have about 30 seconds when you're introduced and you have their attention for 30 seconds. You have about 30-second window to grab them and convince them that this is in their best interest to listen. And it's fun. It's just a blast. It's so much fun.
Do you have is there one story in particular from reading with a class or doing a workshop with kids that just sort of touched your heart?
One time a little boy raised his hand, it was question and answer, and he says, "This is not a question." And I said, "Okay," and he says, "I just want to thank you, Julia Cook, for making me a better person." So I was trying to and he says, I used to have a really hard time listening, and I wasn't very good at following instructions, and now I'm really good at that. And his friend goes, "You still don't listen." He says, "Well, I'm better than I used to be," And I just thought, if I die tomorrow, I die happy because I made a positive difference in the life of one kid,
Now, what's next for you? Are you going to continue this series? Are you going to take things in a different direction?
I have a couple new books coming out. One is called Clicks Just Don't Make Sense. Penny can't roll with the rest of the silvers because she isn't silver and she doesn't have ridges. And so the silvers are mean to her, but she gets tossed out of the pocket and lands heads up on the floor and gets picked up by someone and put into a pocket with a gold dollar coin, who doesn't have ridges and isn't silver either, but she teaches her that what's important in life is your worth is not what you can buy, it's who you are. So it teaches her how to be shiny on the outside too. And that will work. It's a metaphor, so it'll work with high school kids, it'll work for little kids. And I have another one on this series called Teamwork Isn't My Thing, and I Don't Like to Share. That's RJ. And then the 5th RJ book that's coming out says, I just want to do it my way. And those 2 social skills will be asking for help and staying on task, which was really hard because I'm a verb, so it's really hard for me to stay on task. So.
Aww.
But to get this award, I want to say, to know that my books were picked up by Patricia Rossi or Leanne Thyman or, Julie Clark, Edgar Clark, that's an honor. I can't believe that people of that caliber would read my work. It's just like, oh my gosh. And I can't say enough. I'm really proud to be a member of Mom's Choice.
Well, we're very glad that you're part of the family, and we can't wait to find out what's next for RJ.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks
for
a lot.
joining us today.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.